A concept that not enough neurodivergent people talk about is the process of grieving who you realized you could have been. Had other people been willing to let you be who you were meant to be and who you were giving signs you could be, instead of raising you to be who they wanted you to be and who they were more comfortable with you being. When neurodivergent people have energy and interest in something, it can take them super far in life, even in career and finances. But because it's sometimes not a traditional career path, everybody else's anxiety about it takes place first. We're the only ones not allowed to just try something and figure it out as we go along. We have to have a secure plan in place, and that plan has to be detailed enough that it soothes everybody else's anxiety about your life. If it doesn't, you don't have a plan for your life. Also, I find it so funny how when you're in that pre-college stage, you're never allowed to feel like you know everything and you know what you're doing. But then as soon as you show that you not only don't have something figured out, but you're also okay with not having it figured out right now and knowing it when you see it, that's also not okay, and they get mad at you for it. I am 25 years old. I have a college degree, and I'm now realizing almost 2 years after graduation that I had no business being in any field of study that didn't have to do with the arts. I should have gone to either art school, music school, or dance school. I am artistically inclined, and I always have been. That's where my intelligence lies. I was good at other subjects in school too, but music and the arts is where I thrive. And my educational life would have been so much easier if I'd had the wherewithal to cut out all the noise and follow my intuition, because my body already knew where I wanted to be in life, but I didn't know how to not worry about everybody else's opinions back then because I was raised to. An ad for this website came up on my Instagram stories feed, and I was violently taken back to when I had to take this battery called the ASVAB when I was in high school. In case you've never heard of it before, it stands for Armed Services Vocational Aptitude Battery, and it's meant to kind of recruit students for the military by showing them where their strengths would lie if they were to join. I never had any interest in the military, so I just used it as, what could I do with my life? And my highest scores were always artistic, social, and I think investigative, like in that order. That should have been a clue. Also, when I was in high school, we had art classes. I wanted to take them. I had to ask my mom because she had to pay for them. She said no. I don't remember why she said no, but she didn't want me in art. And all I remember is the nuance of her no feeling like, I want you to be academic, not artistic. Music and ballet were okay for some reason, but knowing how to draw, can't have that. Mind you, she knows how to draw pretty decently. She's not Picasso, but she's decent in what she can draw. When I was close to graduating, the kids at school knew I was going away for college, and they asked me what I was going to do. I hadn't enrolled in university yet, so I hadn't picked a major, but I had decided that I was going to do music because it was what I did the best at the time, and I knew that college was supposedly the place where you figure out what you want to do with your life, not where you're supposed to already have it figured out for the comfort of everybody else. The kids freaked out. And they were like, no, don't go into music because musicians don't make any money. I wasn't even worried about money at the time. I just wanted to do something that I loved. But they were so much more concerned with their own anxiety that I felt like I couldn't even speak up and say, hey, I never said I wanted to be a singer. I just want to do music because that's what I know right now. That's what I'm good at. And I will figure things out when I get there being to college. Becoming a famous singer isn't the only musical career someone can have, but if I could go back to that moment, I would say, then explain to me all of your favorite artists and singers and rappers from your playlists on your Spotify and your Apple Music and whatever else you use to listen to music. Now that social media is so much bigger than it was back then, because that was like 2015, I'm seeing other people doing what I was probably meant to be doing. They're getting paid for their artistic passions, they're landing brand deals and getting invited to events and all of these other really cool things. And I'm still sitting here with the unresolved desire to learn how to draw, because yes, after all of that, I still never picked up the pencil. And my creative abilities everywhere else have become stagnant, at least for me, because spending energy working towards everyone else's passions for me left me with no energy for my own. It felt like everyone around me knew that I was bored at what I was doing and struggling at everything I tried, but they still never had the presence of mind to say, wait a minute, this isn't who this child is supposed to be. This isn't what she's meant to do. It feels like all of my potential has been lost. But hey, I got the degree that everybody else wanted me to get because they assured me it would help me get a good job with a stable income that would allow me to provide for myself. I'm still unemployed, but I have a degree. That's all that matters, right? Is this that greater good that y'all were talking about?